You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
Okay, yes, there we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Black NewsBeat. How you doing? Great. I'm your host, Dr. Kimeka Campbell, and I just want to welcome you to the first Juneteenth episode of the Black NewsBeat. So the Black NewsBeat, we're actually in our third season. I want to shout out a couple people tonight. Shout out to Open Stage, who hosts us every time. We are actually in a new space tonight. Yes. We are at the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Harrisburg University, and we are sitting right in the middle of Strawberry Square. That's kind of fancy. I'm so excited about tonight because we are going to be showcasing our Juneteenth chairs. We're going to be showcasing the excellent work they've been doing, and also talking about some cultural and current events. But to start it off, because this is brand new breaking news, R.I.P. Tina Turner. Yes. That happened today. I don't know about y'all, but Tina Turner's music and her life and her story has gotten me through so many times. What was the documentary that just came out on her? I've watched that documentary probably 3 times through, just to kind of like, you know how you see somebody in their public persona and you think that you know them, or you think you know so much about them, and then you see the behind the scenes, what they're dealing with. You see all the things that they are confronting, and not even all, just that, even that documentary was just a glimpse. Tina was actually the name of it. And and it was so sad, but also so reaffirming that she was able to triumph over all that and live to be 83 years old.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that she lived in Switzerland? Me and Shawn were talking about this right before the show started. She lived in overseas. She lived in Europe for a very long time. So I'm just keeping her family. I hope you all keep her family in our thoughts and prayers, sending good vibes. Sending them healing vibes, sending them loving vibes as they go through this time, and may she rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was something that was really, I was on a call. Okay, so of course I'm very dramatic. So I was on a call, and we're talking like business stuff, and I'm like supposed to be helping them with this proposal, and I was like, oh my God, and they're like, what? I was like, Tina Turner. They just said Tina Turner died, and I'm like, I'm very sad. They were like, are you okay? I was like, I just said Tina Turner died. That's what I said. So yeah, I think it's gonna have that ripple effect for so many people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harrisburg University for hosting us tonight. We're very thankful. Shout out to Madonna and Jamal OCIE. Thank you guys so much. As I said, this is our first Juneteenth episode, and guess what? We are live tonight too.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So take a moment, go to the Black NewsBeat page, share the stream. Do y'all know how to do that? Some people don't. It's okay. Share the stream. I'm gonna do it with you. So we're gonna take this here. Oh, I'm also on my computer. I'm gonna pick up my phone today. Take this here. Go to the Black NewsBeat page. Share the stream. Let everybody know we're watching. We're hanging out. We're doing things over here. We're drinking wine, eating tacos. Did y'all know that? It's Wine Wednesday plus Taco Tuesday, all rolled into one. Okay. So y'all should come down here and hang out with us. The door is locked, so you got to call us if you want to come in. But we're here. We're here. We have a wonderful shout out to my door monitor, Jeremiah. He's out there holding it down for us. So thank you so much. So go ahead. I'm going to share that stream. Like, hey guys, come and watch it with us. What y'all doing? And have folks just come out and hang out with us for a little bit. I'm going to share this to I can only share it to my story now, but that's fine. And oh, there we go. Yeah. And we have folks watching. Hi, folks watching. Hello. Thanks for joining us. That was nice. We have a lot of great topics tonight. And first, before we get into the guests, we're going to sweep these streets. Oh, before I sweep the streets, guess what today is? I was trying to do a national day. So guess what today is? You don't know what today is?
No, what's today?
Today is National Brother Day.
Oh, wow.
I know. And I happen to have 3 brothers. So shout out to my brothers, Lamar, who's the oldest brother. And then my twin brothers, I am not a twin, they are the twins, Eric and Thomas Miller. Shout out to all of us, especially me, for putting up with you my whole entire lives. I love you guys. You're so great. I like to shout out my brothers, especially all of my siblings and I. We are very musical. So my brother's an audio engineer and can sing. My oldest brother, and then my youngest brother, my sister Onika. Shout out to you too. She can sing and play other instruments. And then my youngest brothers, they can sing, They can play the drums. They can play the saxophone.
Oh,
They can
wow.
play trumpets. They can do everything.
Dang.
They can compose music. I mean, you name it.
The Jackson 5.
The guitar literally can do anything you put in front of them. It's at the piano. I think all of our first instruments were the piano. So watching them kind of like take that piano and kind of run with it, take piano and voice and run with it is pretty amazing. So it's pretty cool to watch our family be that kind of multi-talented.
Yeah.
So so shout out to them. Happy National Brothers Day to all the brothers out there, especially the stand-in brothers who I think, so I'm away from my family a lot, and I have a lot of different brothers and male figures in my life here in Harrisburg who have helped me through, who carried me in this city, made sure that I was good, especially when my husband wasn't around. So shout out to my brothers here too.
Yeah.
I love you guys too. I'm thinking like, Westburn Majors, he's one of my faves. He actually is not joining city council again this year. Very sad. Clayton, P. Carroll the second, we actually hung out this weekend. So those are two of my faves. I love you guys. Thank you for always holding me down here in the city. And then after that, I just want to check in. How are you guys doing? You okay?
Yes.
I'm not okay.
Why?
It was 81 degrees.
Yes, it was.
And you know how I was in Tulsa and my husband's like, woo, because he likes the hot. I do not. And so I'm in the house and I'm like getting increasingly agitated. I'm like, why am I so upset? And I realized, I looked down, I was like,
I'm hot.
oh, I am sweating. And you know how you get like irrationally angry for like real weird things? I was real mad and I'm like, but I don't want to be hot right now. And I didn't know what to do. And I realized that my air conditioning guy had just came by and he was like, hey, if your air conditioner breaks again, you're probably gonna you have to get a whole new unit. And so then I thought about that and I got even angry. Okay. Because that's gonna cost some money. But it was just thinking about summer's coming, AC unit. I'm already hot. It's only May the 24th. Like, what am I gonna do for the rest of the summer? Like, I'm gonna have to be outside.
Yes.
Like, I'm not staying inside. We outside this summer, right?
We outside.
Yeah, we outside. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out because I'm gonna be outside this summer. Okay, so we're gonna go into the first segment. We gotta sweep these streets. We gotta see what's going on in the city and nation. Let's sweep these streets. It's been a very interesting for the last couple of weeks. I think that we have every show. So the last two shows we did election shows, and so we missed a lot of hot topics and a lot of like current events. So we're going to try to dive into some of them. I'm going to do a quick election recap, but it's been quite the last couple of weeks. So while we're on the subject of civil matters, did y'all get out and vote last week? Did y'all vote?
Yeah.
Good. We need you to vote. We had a heck of a race in the city of Harrisburg for city council in particular. Over the last few months, numerous candidates canvassed the streets of Harrisburg to share their ideas and passions for the city of Harrisburg. Each one spoke of a new vision for the city, one in which affordable housing and new development along with neighborhood safety were major talking points. But in the end, three candidates topped the Democratic ballot. And they were Daniel Bowers, who received 2,201 votes, totaling 19.93% of the vote. Crystal Davis, who earned 1906 votes at 17.26% of the vote. And last but not least, coming up in the rear, Lamont Jones, who received 1,770 votes at 60% of the vote. And he just edged out the next person by like 50 votes. It was real close. Wow. It was real close. So when people tell you that your votes don't count, every single vote counts. I want to make sure we emphasize that. Every vote counts. Because if it wasn't for those 50 people, Lamont wouldn't be in the top three. Look at that. All of totals are unofficial until they count every single vote, including the mail-ins, the overseas votes, the military votes, provisional votes. So there's still a few to be counted. But for more than anything, we know that these are probably going to be the winners. Our staff here at the Black NewsBeat would like to congratulate all the candidates and all of them and their hard work and every person who ran. It takes a lot of courage to run. So if you ran for office, if you ever think about running for office, I encourage you to do so. It's harder and easier than you think. It's a weird thing. It's a lot of hard work, but it's also, people are so welcoming because they want their peers to get involved in the democratic process. So please, if you are thinking about running for office, no matter how young or old, please go ahead and talk to one of us. I'll point you in the right direction, get you hooked up with some good folks to run for office. Think about that, okay? And actually, that was primary day. Was all over there were different places all over this. So the state of Pennsylvania's primary day was this last Tuesday, so a week and a day ago. But there are different states, and their primaries will be coming up. So if you are connecting folks in other states, take a look at their primaries too, because local elections matter most. And what happens in local elections, the local level, affects your life very directly. So something to think about. Next, Chutes and Ladders versus a splash park in Harrisburg. This should be interesting. So speaking of brighter futures, if you visited Reservoir Park over the last few months, you may have noticed construction for a new playground. Does anybody frequent Reservoir Park?
Yeah.
If you don't frequent Reservoir Park, it is a beautiful park. It is acres and acres of rolling hills, literally rolling hills, greenery, and they're putting it. It's got the Civil War Museum is in the park. It's got a band shell. It's got different buildings where people can do different activities. They have a beautiful. I think it's called it's like a I don't want to say pergola because that's not right, but it's like a canopy type building where you can have cookouts and all these different things. What? Pavilion. Thank you. I was one of the P words. Pavilion. And this is a beautiful property. You can walk through the park, everything that you want to do there. We've had several events at the park, and we love it there. And so they're adding this beautiful Chutes and Ladders playground. This is a new $1 million family-oriented playground that's nearing completion. Known as Chutes and Ladders Playground, this new facility is set to jumpstart other major improvements to the city's most popular recreational destinations. The project, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
One of the critiques of the city is that the parks didn't have enough things for kids to do. So, or the equipment was outdated. So this is something that I think is going to help that. So the project, most well received by Allison Hill residents, comes in stark contrast to the opposition to another highly anticipated park to be built in the south side section of the city, with some city residents wondering how the proposed project would be funded. That would be the splash park that's supposed to go over in Sunshine Park. Ooh. Wow. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, ARPA funds, the American Recovery Plan Act monies in the city of Harrisburg. A significant portion were supposed to go towards the splash park, are supposed to go towards a splash park. Isn't that so nice?
Yeah, a splash park.
But the residents are very upset about it. Very upset because that ARPA money they feel could go towards better things. So here's the dichotomy. Folks want better housing in the city. They want infrastructure upgrades. They want other things. And so we've kind of pitted the splash park coming out of those American Recovery Plan Act funds against, other things that people want to see. So we'll wait to see the verdict of that. There were 3 different hearings, public meetings on the ARPA funds and how resident wants that money to be spent. And all the residents we do not want a splash park. Ooh. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on that. But when will it be okay for Harrisburg to make changes and improve the quality of life for those families not able to afford a fancy restaurant or night out on 2nd Street, or better yet, the families living outside of Midtown or downtown? Right? So when we talk about making improvements to places that people consider the hood, it often gets pitted against these we need infrastructure upgrades, we need this. But when will it be okay for, Southside just to have a nice splash park? Yeah, so that's a good question. All right, let's go into some national youth. Okay, we got something to talk about. Have y'all heard of the Boot Girls? Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
Well.
They
Gangster. And by the way, see what she just right there? We talk back at this show, so please don't look at me like I'm crazy. They're looking at me like I'm crazy right here.
No, I know the Boot Girls.
Oh, so I'm gonna tell you about the Boot Girls. Amazing. So let's go to Atlanta, but let's not take our cars there because apparently there's an issue with cars being booted. Don't drive down there, okay? Who in our audience has had their car booted in the city of Harrisburg in the last 5 years? Oh my God! I am so sorry. Somebody's actually had their car booted here, y'all. Please watch your tires. That's crazy. Raise your hands if you had to walk to Strawberry Square today because your whip is chilling at Dog's Towing.
Oh.
That's another one because if they're not booting, they're towing. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Cameron's Towing. They're another one. They are savage out here with the towing. No, seriously. There's a new TikTok sensation and also on Instagram known as the Boot Girls, recently taken the internet by literal storm. Okay. These 2 women, known by Atlanta residents as Boot Girls and Buckhead, have taken a vigilante stance against what they claim are predatory actions by the city. The two women, clad in masks, this is what I like them. They're all like clandestine, clad in masks and armed with boot removal keys. Yes, they really purchased boot removal keys from a company known as ATL Boot Key. Bought approximately $50,000 in keys, according to ATL Boot Key owner Christian Verrett, who claims the booting process is predatory and would rather there be a ticketing option. So, what are y'all's thoughts on this? Should there be booting or ticketing?
Ticketing.
Yeah, because why are you locking up somebody's property, your whole property?
Yeah.
Who thinks there should be booting? I think so. I don't think so. I didn't think anybody. I was making sure just in case we had to have a talk afterward, but it's okay.
You can take the ticket off the window.
Exactly, and you can still drive your car to your job the next day or your important thing, but don't let those tickets rack up because they will take you to court though. So especially in the city of Harrisburg. So watch that too. Now, I learned this interesting fact in the state of Pennsylvania and the city of Harrisburg. Moving violations will earn you a warrant, but parking tickets will not. So just be careful, but don't get too many because they will find a way to get their money. But I learned the difference. You get your license suspended for not paying a moving violation, but not for a parking ticket. So just a little knowledge for the community. And now we're going to Oakland, California. Did y'all hear about Instakarma? This is interesting. So now, now if we could only put a boot on racism and hate in this country, we would be better off. I don't know if you guys have seen the viral video taken on May 16th, but this one is a real doozy. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been reported that California Highway Patrol recently arrested 61-year-old Tracy Robert Blackwell for assault with a deadly weapon, his own damn car. With hate crime enhancements, his own damn mouth. First of all, shout out to the writers. Are you proud, Paul? Because this is nice. This is nice. Okay, Paul wrote that. Delicious. Yes, honey.
Yes.
Who crashed his own car, shouting the N-word out some black girls in another car?
Yeah, he hit into the
And crashed, literally hit the retaining wall,
Talk about
talking
Oh,
racism. Yes. If you want to get a gander at that video, visit the Black NewsBeat page. It's on there. Trigger warning. I have a trigger warning up with that. Yes, honey, it is trigger warning. So, where was I, Lord? Okay, with it, yes. So now, if you've seen the video taken by Instagram user Nunu2FYEE, then you know this could have turned out much in a much deadlier report. Absolutely. But some timely Instacarm was on full display as Tracy Robert Blackwell, after screaming profane racial slurs and attempting to run Nunu off the highway, lost control of his own vehicle and crashed against the wall on the opposite side of the highway. That's what you get. That's what you get. Okay. Completely crazy. So to make matters worse for Mr. Blackwell and from humanity, he now faces serious charges. Well, good for you. Okay, good for you. So next up after that, we are moving to one of my favorite segments called Media and Melanin. Dun, dun, dun. Y'all been watching Black TV? Black and Brown TV? It's real good right now. But honey, there's a writer's strike.
Yes,
there's a writer's strike. Yep. So we really like our TV, but if you've been following some of the greats like Jessica Lee Ramsey, who's been writing for TV for a long time, she was on the Tonightly show with Larry Wilmore's show. She's been writing for several different shows. I think she even guest starred on the Daily Show several times. She's been really breaking down the writer's strike for folks. So the writers have been on strike almost for 2 months now, I think. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And it might be a little longer than 2 months because we're coming into summer and folks are wondering where some of their summer shows are. And we're kind of running out of stuff to watch, new stuff. And so it's been interesting because the writers, you don't feel the writer's strike right away at first because you're finishing up your spring shows. You're happy that you got some resolution. I finished up, for example, Abbott Elementary, right? That ended. And so I felt a cliffhanger, but I felt resolved in some of the plot things. What I don't feel resolved in is that it may not be back in the fall. So, and the reason for that is, how Jessica Lee Ramsey, and you can go onto her page and see this, how she explains it is the writing companies. Oh, and to that point, I'll get there. So what the studios, they pay the writers, or they're starting to pay them shorter and shorter time for different contracts because they're substituting things in like AI in particular to supplement the writing process. So the what used to be a 4-month contract sometimes is only a 9-week contract, and they're getting less pay because so you're seeing signs like AI will not replace us. We want better benefits, so on and so forth for writers. So the CEO of Discovery, what's the other side he owns? Discovery, is it Discovery, HBO Max? One of those. He was at a commencement ceremony, and they started saying, "Pay your writers, pay your writers," and they started chanting that to kind of counteract or really make a public display. Now, the interesting thing is behind the scenes, that was actually coordinated with some of the writers that were on strike and other folks to do that. And he was interrupted. I don't know how successful it will be, but they did do that part. So speaking, so I want to make sure I read this. So the WGA is taking on, the Writers Guild of America is taking on the Alliance of Motion Picture Television Producers, claiming many writers' income is significantly reduced compared to a decade ago. Along with fighting for livable wage, writers are also frustrated with the use of artificial intelligence, like we talked about, and in how it is allegedly becoming a source for more than research, ideas, and generation, but just straight out plagiarism is really the problem. So let's be honest. Where would we be in society without our living and breathing intellectual and creative men and women working in Hollywood or in New York City and other places around the country? Here at Black NewsBeat, we're in full support. I want to make sure we say that clearly. Here at the Black NewsBeat, we are in full support of the strike and hope that the AMPTP and WGA can reach an agreement, because Lord knows I love me some Shonda Rhimes. Speaking of Shonda Rhimes, have y'all been watching Queen Charlotte?
Yeah.
They're like, what is that? Y'all ain't been watching Queen Charlotte? Queen Charlotte is actually a Bridgerton. Bridgerton, anyone? Some people couldn't really get into Bridgerton, and I, especially as Black and Brown folks, because this is Black TV, so we talk about that stuff here. So speaking of writers and writer strikes, the Bridgerton prequel, which is called Queen Charlotte, what has been on Netflix, I think it premiered a month and a half ago. I'm kind of late to get to the game. But I finally got to finish it this weekend. It is delightful. It is one of the better, it is the best of the three. And I'm glad they saved it for last, even though it's a prequel. It goes through the life of Queen Charlotte and how she came to be Queen Charlotte. It takes a lot of liberties, but the fun part about having kind of drama based on real events is that you get to go look up the history and compare what happened in the show to what happened in real life will be recorded. So it's true, for certain things are true. She definitely had 15 children, 13 survived. Her husband, did anybody know about her husband, King George III?
Oh yeah.
And what's the one fact about him that everybody should know?
He was insane.
He was clinically insane. That's right. And she stuck by that man's side through thick and thin and made sure that not only her, but her children produced heirs to carry on the family name. That was her one job, as explained to her, according to Shonda Rhimes' depiction of Queen Charlotte and her mother-in-law, the Dowager Princess, which means the widowed princess, that her only job as queen was to make sure that the line survived, right? And when they say the queen is the most important piece on the board, this is the kind of thing that they need. So I highly recommend it. It's also a story of how to deal with someone who is suffering mental health issues. Oh my gosh, the show goes through some of the most barbaric, for that time and even for now, even though those things still exist, barbaric methods of trying to treat someone with mental illness and how it adversely affected him. And just, you feel for that family and you feel for the king, because he was not a normal functioning king, and what that did to the family and how that could have potentially jeopardized everything. So take a look at that. I won't give anything away, but I watched all the episodes, cried like a baby. It was amazing. It was delightful. Please go watch that. I want to just briefly touch this because I haven't seen it yet. So I want to get your opinion. Who has gone to see the new White Man Can't Jump movie? Hey, Paul, did you see it?
I saw it.
Did you like it? Paul did not like it. So that's all I'm going to say. And I trust Paul's judgment for the most part. So if he says he didn't like it, so we're going to report back next time. We're going to see what you thought about that movie. I'm going to take a look at it this weekend. So we'll put it on the docket next time. What did you think of the White Man Can't Jump movie? The new one, 2023. Heard it was a cast of characters, but they fell flat. Let's see what Kenya Barris did with that one. How we ruined that one. All right. Next, last but definitely not least, we want to shout out Hair Story, talking about some local media and melanin. Okay. Shout out Hair Story by Maria James Chow. I went to see it twice.
Yes.
And listen, Broadway World did a review on it. So Hair Story is basically encapsulates a historical. It's a griot project. So Maria explains a griot as a storyteller, the keeper of the stories of the community, African communities, and so it was a griot project where she interviewed very different storytellers in the community, in our community right here in Harrisburg, and a couple outside who told their hair stories as Black and brown people. And she interviewed me, and I said, oh, I said on my last show when I actually had the cast of Hair Story on the show, and I said, well, I can't wait to see. I hope my story made it in. Not only did my story make it in, but it made me cry. People were like, when she started telling people, oh, that's the story I based on Kimeka's story, they were like, oh my God, my story's about this. And then I did the same for people she based their stories on. One being Pastor Chris Sledge from Journey Church, and a couple other people. We were sitting in the audience, just tears running down our faces. But other people too, at the moments of connectedness about Black hair and what it means in the society and how it's been treated. So shout out to Maria. This is what Broadway World has to say about her choreo poem. It's not a play, it's a choreo poem. It is an immensely moving and important work of art that illuminates hard truths. In the playwright poet's note, Maria James Chow states, whether you identify with these stories personally or you are viewing them as an ally, I want you to leave the theater walking a little taller, knowing that you are enough just as you are. This incredible production and cast certainly accomplished this goal. It was real good, y'all. It was real good. It takes you from the town square in an African village all the way up to present day. And it does so using social media as a vehicle and a reporter to drive the narrative. It is very good. It also supports the Crown Act and kind of illuminates why we need more legislation around how Black hair is treated in the country. So when that comes up again, I want you to. She'll be at French Fest. She'll be having a showing at Midtown Cinema. So please look for Hair Story. It is that good. I wouldn't keep talking about it if it wasn't really that good, y'all. Okay. In this last part of the top of the hour, I want to talk about our upcoming events. So this segment is called "There's Nothing to Do in Harrisburg," because when I moved here, that's all anybody ever said. Ain't nothing to do in Harrisburg. Well, guess what? Me and my husband started this organization, and we got all the things for you to do in Harrisburg. So first, I want to say though, this show is a partnership between Open Stage and YPOC. Shout out to Open Stage, where this show was born. It's actually right around the corner, not far at all. And shout out to Chris, shout out to Brianna, shout out to all the staff that's usually hanging out with us, pouring us drinks. Make sure you get your tickets and get us seated. We'll see you guys in July. We will be, end of June. We'll be back then. And so we also want to talk about, we have happy hour coming up for YPOC this Thursday. We'll be at Hurston Manor because we're moving to Juneteenth season. So everything's going to be at Hurston Manor. We're going to be hanging out there. It's going to become our event central. Meet us there at 5:00. It's BYOB, and we'll have some little snackies like tonight. So bring a little something, a little something. Bring a little something to come hang out with us from 5 to 7. We also want to let you know that our Juneteenth events are up. We are just finishing up our pre-Juneteenth events. We'll have some folks there to talk about events tonight. We really want you to sign up for those events. Tickets are moving fast, particularly for the concert. We really want you to come to the conference. Who knows who Mark Lamont Hill is? Yeah. If you are, even if you're not available, change your plans, okay? Come to this conference to the keynote to see Mark Lamont Hill and also to see your peers in the community. Thomas Johnson is showcasing his film Backyard Business. We're trying to get a couple other people in there to do their artistic work. We have people coming to talk about, Justin Coleman will come and talk about real estate. And we have a whole bunch of other professionals. Basir Vincent, show engineer. He's going to be talking about Safe Passage. Is that your section? Yep. And how to create new pathways of learning and understanding and moving forward in the community. And we try to model our Juneteenth themes after this one idea, that we are returning economic access, resources, and literal money back into the Black community. We aim to make an impact of over $500,000. We almost achieved last year. We did $435,000 economic impact with all of our events. This year, we want to do over $500,000. So help us with that. Yeah, help us with that. We'll need to do that. We'll run down the list for you at the end of the show. Check out Open Stage shows as well. They have a couple shows coming up. We had a wonderful time this season with Open Stage shows. Me and Yanni got to see Into the Woods. I got to see Whose Holiday is another one of my favorites. And Emmett Till was there. The Emmett Till and Anne Frank story.
Yes.
And we did the Good at Heart Festival. Of course, our show's there. So please check out Open Stage. And we also had the showcase there. Yanni's showcase is there. Yanni will be actually on the show next time. Ain't that something?
Yep.
To talk about the concert and all the work she's been doing. I just want to say shout out to Yanni. Yanni came to a show that her friend was on, and then she was like, well, you're stuck with me now. She has not left, and she has been invaluable. Yesterday, we spent the entire day at the Capitol for K. Leroy Irvis, the Day of Action, celebrating his 46th year since he was first elected first Black Speaker of the House in the state of Pennsylvania. Yes. We now have our second Black Speaker of the House and first woman. Shout out to Madam Speaker Joanna McClinton. Yeah. So we had an action-packed day at the Capitol, and Yanni turned to me at the end of the day. She's like, "Girl, I don't know how you do this." So thank you, Yanni, for rocking with me all day and for this whole time. Appreciate you so much. All right. Well, we got to the first segment, y'all. Hey. Yes. We also have a lot of community events that are coming up too. I want to shout out Melissa Wilson's Hair Expo. I want to shout out Thomas Johnson's Backyard Comedy and his 43rd birthday show on June 10th. Melissa Wilson's on June 11th. And then there will also be Tone Cooks. He's doing his Michael Memories Cookout in memory of his brother on Father's Day, which is June the 18th. So that's some of our community events. And we're going to tell you more about the Juneteenth events too. But before we do all that, we have some guests.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for the guests?
Yeah.
We'll be right back with our first guest. Give us one moment. We'll be right Welcome back to the Black NewsBeat. Basir, how you feeling?
Good.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure you're okay over there. He's working really hard. So I am here with my first guest. This is Shawn Bradford.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am great. You are here. You look great.
Thank you.
You actually look.
Thank you.
So I didn't like the lights earlier, but you look really nice under these
I
lights.
know. It's like it got better as the night went on.
It get better. So we're here talking about Juneteenth. Are you ready to chit chat about that and about you?
I'm excited.
Okay, great. So first, tell us a bit about you and what you do in the community.
Okay. My name is Shawn Bradford. I'm the owner of Stay Ready Consulting. I'm a professional accountant, so I provide basic bookkeeping services to CFO services, remote and in person. I've lived in Harrisburg 23 years, longer than I haven't lived in Harrisburg. I'm actually from Oklahoma, so moving here.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Are there Black people in Oklahoma?
There are tons of Black
Okay,
people.
yeah.
There are tons of Black people in Oklahoma, and we have cowboys, and we have the rodeo every
And you
year.
have Black cowboys?
We have Black
Oh,
cowboys.
I like it.
We still actively have Black cowboys.
That's awesome, yeah.
Bully rodeo this year. I'm trying to go this summer.
Ooh, that sounds
It's an every
amazing.
year thing. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
an every year thing.
Wait, I don't know about road trip, Yanni.
Well,
Oklahoma's
fly
like,
trip.
yeah. Okay.
It's not, I mean,
how long
the
is it?
hour 24 hours to drive there.
Oh, no.
Now, why'd you say like you were gonna like? It's 24
It's
hours.
not bad. No, that's not bad.
Okay, Shawn. So can I?
Yes, can we?
So let's see. So is it like? Are you saying 24 hours if we like take turns and like sleep and then get up, or can we like?
Straight.
No,
Right.
that's 24 hours straight, but I'm good for 12. So we're good.
Okay, you're
I'm good for a
12.
solid 12 hours.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
So what message do you need to get out to in the work that you do? What messages do you try to get out to, particularly small business owners of color?
So for early stage CEOs, small businesses of color, your finances are important. It's important to stay on top of them. It's important to know your financial standing at all times. And it's not as hard as you think it is. I won't say it's easy, but it's manageable. And I'm here as a great partner to help you get your records up to date, to get your income taxes filed, to stay on top of it, because at Stay Ready, as long as you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So for Juneteenth, you're going to be asking for funding. You're going to apply for those grants. You're going to need a business plan, but they're really going to ask you about your financial statements. Is your business viable? Are you able to take this money and reproduce it? Because that's the biggest thing, is that like once you get $1, what are you actually going to do with it?
Can you make $1 out of 15 cents, as they say?
And then make it $12.
That's right.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. So I'm glad you said that, because one of the things I heard you talk about at the Black by La Cultura Elite Services Last Supper is folks are scared to approach the financial piece. Why do you think that is?
They think it's outside their means. I would definitely say that. I think the first thing is that you think it's going to be expensive, and it's really not. Yeah. And it's an investment that comes back to you tenfold, and it comes back to you immediately. Yeah. Once you're in good financial standing, you have your taxes filed, you know how much money you actually have in your bank account, not just guessing. Yeah. You have a real hold on your assets. You can immediately start filing and start applying for funds. Yes. You can apply for a loan. You can apply for a credit card. You can apply for, it's an immediate return on the investment. So I just think
that's a really great point. It's an immediate return on the investment. Yes. And some people put it off so long
that you're missing money. I just want to say that. I just want to. I feel like a lot of businesses think, a lot of early stage CEOs, a lot of Black businesses think that we have to go about it the traditional way. And we don't. There is so much money out there. Like you said, I saw it on not your Instagram, but your Facebook today, that Elise said there's money out there to be had. And there is. There is money everywhere. And these organizations and even the government and the banks, they need to spend it. And they want to spend it with us.
That's right.
Absolutely. We just have to be prepared.
Have to be prepared. So let's get prepared, guys. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Love that. Yes.
Okay. What about the people that credit scores ain't that good?
Oh, I love that question. What about the people whose credit scores aren't that good?
They feel scared or threatened to try to apply for something, knowing they won't get turned down.
Let me repeat the question first. So, what about the people whose credit scores aren't that good and they feel scared that they're going to get turned down because they don't have good credit?
I would not let that deter you from going after. So you may not be able to get the traditional loan. You might not be able to go to Wells Fargo or even my bank, Navy Federal, and apply for something. But there are, like at Navy Federal too, there are places where you can start to rebuild your credit, but you need to know how much money you have coming in. You can always leverage cash first and then go after other forms of funding. To be perfectly honest, I guess fixing your credit is a process, but it's not an impossible thing. Yeah. That is something that also has a very quick turnaround. Within 90 days, you can increase your credit score and you can be in a better position. And lenders, companies, other people want to see you working on it. That's the whole thing. Yes, exactly. You have to start working on it first, and then you can build up from there. Don't be afraid. Try it. All they can say is no.
Yes, don't be afraid. Try
all they can say is no.
Literally, all they say is no. And if you say no, if they say no, listen, I'm gonna say no. I'm like, all right, what I gotta do for you?
Exactly. So what do I need to adjust? What do I need to change? What other information? What are the steps I can take? Because that's another thing. A lot of institutions have programs. It benefits them for you to borrow money. Absolutely. So they want you to have good credit. So tons of institutions have programs. They have credit building credit cards. Capital One was my first credit card, and my limit was $300. I've had them now, I think 12 years, but that was somewhere for me to start. They're secure credit cards. Now there are new crowdfunding apps. I want to call it Upwork, but I know it's not called Upwork. Something
not anymore. It used to be.
Yeah.
Odesk? No, that was the old name before Upwork. Oh dear.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But there are tons of people that will give you a little to build. Even the Afterpay,
Yes,
PayPal,
that's a big
all
one.
of those things are credit builders. Just take the chance, try those free trials, cancel it before they charge your credit card though. But try it. I mean,
Absolutely,
literally
try that.
all they can say is no.
I love that. Literally all they can say no, and that's a real thing. And I'll tell you for personally, the first couple of years that I was applying for Juneteenth funding, I was shooting around in the dark trying to figure it out. And I got Andre Campbell. Shout out to Andre Campbell, my play cousin, but we're probably related because our last names are Campbell. But he helped us get, at least get past the scared part, and we're very thankful for that. So let's move on to Juneteenth.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have been attending the State of Black Economics
yes, ma'am.
Workshops. How have they been going?
Very good.
Yeah.
We've had 10 people that came to at least 3 of them. They've been sold out the entire time. We've had wonderful attendance, wonderful panelists, wonderful information has been shared, and it's all on the Mighty Network.
Yes.
So if you go on any platform and follow Black by BLACC, we have replays of those programs. It's just free game. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, free game.
All of the events were free. All you had to do is show up and all you have to do is show up and learn something. That's actually how I found out about like how active the Pennsylvania Black Caucus is, about Leroy Irvis Day that I actually attended yesterday also. There's just money out there and all the different resources, and simply a lot of the people were like, simply just ask me and I'll tell you how to do it. Ask me and I'll help you fill that out. Well, we'll go step by step. And I also know like later on this year, I can't think what it's called. Where you go and you register your business, they're doing actually how to fill out the form.
Yes.
How to register your business, how to get it incorporated in the state of Pennsylvania. Yes.
Yep.
At the state, and how to become a certified vendor. That was at our first discussion. That was at the first event on May 1st. That was at the panel discussion that they gave that away.
Yeah.
And then Monday, because today's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday, we did the 5 C's of credit. And then this Sunday coming up is the Black by BLACC, the monthly Last Supper dinner.
And you guys should come. You should register for that. It's
Absolutely.
really amazing.
Yes.
And why is this stuff important to talk about during Juneteenth?
During Juneteenth, okay, so I don't, I've heard it a couple times. I don't think I felt what the real impact is that America was literally built on the back of slaves. That was the number one economic driver. That was what made this country what it is now. And I would say we really, okay, so after we got industrialized, after we were already free, we went and we really followed the path of working at a job and having like a very traditional lifestyle.
Working for someone too.
Definitely working for
Still
someone.
Working for someone.
Yes, definitely working for someone and not building on our own legacy, not building on our own skills. We were selling our skills and our time for literally minimum wage. And we got away from what we already know. We are quick to build an ecosystem. Everybody in this room has a service that they can offer to somebody else that you are selling to your job for a quarter of what they're selling it to somebody else at. So the biggest thing, so talking about this and talking about business and innovation and the dollars that come in through Juneteenth is important because I guess my real opinion, it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to move past what we think we should be doing and trying to assimilate into regular society and rebuild what we already know.
Because listen, folks will say move on means you need to get over slavery, but you're saying you need
no.
to move.
Yes. No, I don't think I'll ever get over that. That's right. Let's be honest. I think it's time for us to move on because it's not working. It's not working for us. Working for somebody else. My father and his mother and the people before us working for a company for 25 years, I will never do that.
Not working,
I would never work for the same company for 25 years. I'm not going to retire. There's no pension. The only money that I will have when I retire is the money that I save now. But I need to be able to produce income and revenue to take care of my family, to survive in the moment, and to save that money. Because now the wages that we have, you can't save money.
Yeah.
There's no money to save. Yeah, like it's very difficult. Yeah.
Well, I am so happy that you guys are joining us. You're so knowledgeable. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I am happy that you came to hang out with us tonight. Thank you for dropping some wonderful gems.
Thank you.
Will you stick around for the next guest?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Give it up for Shawn
absolutely.
Bradford.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of shout outs in the comments from my mom too. You do great work. I thank you for your assistance you've provided. Highly recommend.
All right.
Thank you, Mama. Yes. And
Look at
congratulations,
that.
Mama.
And
Yes.
shout out to Mom. Congratulations.
Yes. On to the permit.
Absolutely. On to the general. Yes.
Yes.
So we will be right back with our next guest. Join us at Gamut Theater.
Fuck with me, I'm Mr. 1-4. If y'all know me, y'all will. Bust the fuck out of me on that.
Mr. 1-4 said, fuck up, because we don't know.
Y'all know him?
Yeah.
Y'all know him now. Yo, that's the fuck, right? Hey, yo. Oh, no.
All right, we are back with our next guest. Please welcome Kenita Honesty.
What's up? Hey.
By the way, we have an audience tonight. I just want you to hear them. Audience, are y'all happy to be here? Yeah! And if you did not hear, we are at the CIE, the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Harrisburg University. We're sitting right in the middle of Strawberry Square. We have one more show coming up here, so you should get here for the next show because it's super lit in here. We was playing a little tunes, we had a little drinks, we had a good time. We had tacos. Shout out to Taco Solo for giving us. Taco Amigos. That is the rebrand. Partly Black owned as well. Shout out to the folks over there for some delicious tacos.
Yes.
So we're having a night. You know what I mean? So welcome, Kenita.
Hey, thank you.
So you were just here.
Yes, I was.
What you doing back?
Hey, we got to promote this Juneteenth concert,
That's right,
Or
that's right.
conference. So
Absolutely
that's
right.
what I'm here for.
Absolutely. So how's it been going? So you're planning the conference. You're Kenita, honestly, is actually our conference chair for Juneteenth HBG this year. So how's it been going?
It's been great. Everything is running smoothly. I have no complaints right now. I'm just ready to get it done.
I'm telling you.
So that way we can, hear what everybody has to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been quite the haul. We've been doing this now for 7 months. We've been planning. And I feel like we this year it wasn't as rushed. How do you feel about that?
I think it was perfect. Starting at the time that we did, it was great. We were able to, set our deadlines, our timelines, and I think moving forward for next year, that's exactly how we should do it again.
I like that.
Perfect.
Y'all hear that, team?
Yeah.
Exactly how we should do it again.
Yes.
All right. So tell us why is information sharing important to you? Because when we met you, we had two conferences last year.
Yes.
We had a pre-conference and then we had the Juneteenth conference. And then we were like, Kenita, why don't you just come do the Juneteenth conference?
Yeah.
So why is information and sharing important to you? You were very gung-ho about having particular topics and getting certain kinds of information as the Black community. Why?
Yeah. I believe that for our community to move forward, I think that we all have to be on the same page. When you met me, we had hosted the meeting of the minds, and that was the point of it, to meet of the minds. And I think that, we have a long way to go, but at the same time, if we can get our heads together and, understand one another and figure out how we can help each other, I think we can build our community together the way that it should be, instead of the negativity along with it.
Oh, absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
And so the conference this year is structured. We have our shout out to our partner, Harrisburg Area Community College, and Olajuwon McCabney, VP of 5 things. He does a lot at HAC. So shout out to you guys. But tell us about the structure of the conference
Mhm.
and why you guys chose to structure it that way.
Yeah, so this year the structure is we're going to have concurrent sessions. So the first session is going to start at 11 and then go to 12 and then 12 to 1 and then 1 to 2. We wanted to be able to get as much information out there as possible for people to, hear what other organizations are doing for the community, to hear what people are doing for each other, and, how we can partner with one another. I'm very excited about, the speakers that we have because, like you said, Justin Coleman, he's going to come in and talk about how he has created this organization where they are buying stocks in order to purchase properties, right? And then I also have someone, his name is Ian Wingfield. He has been working down in Baltimore and he is actually buying the block down there. So he's going to come and talk about how we can do that here in Harrisburg because, if you're not living in the best situation, then your mind's going to be messed up as well. So we got to work on bringing our community and our housing system back up to par because it's ridiculous. I'm a real estate broker and I have seen it all. And today was another day.
Do you feel comfortable talking about that?
I'm not.
Okay.
But it was a crazy moment. And I think what we need to do is we just need to work together to build our community.
Yeah.
And if we can't depend on the higher ups or the government, then we need to come together and do it ourselves. Because if we don't do it, who else is going to? We need to start doing it because I'm tired of waiting. So we need to do it ourselves.
Tired of waiting.
Yes.
Tired of waiting.
I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So why do these topics fall to Juneteenth? Why do you think Juneteenth is the time that we should be discussing things like this?
Yeah. So I think that, we've come a long way. We have all come a long way. And with Juneteenth, everybody understands the meaning. Well, at least I hope everybody understands. But with this conference, my goal was to make it progressive. I wanted people to start thinking about the future and how we can help each other out. For me, it's hard for me to think about the past and not get angry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I try to push it to the side and think about how we can make the future better. Because when I get angry, it hinders me. It hinders, the things that I need to do, the things that I want to do. So I try to keep things positive. And I think with this Juneteenth conference, that's what it's going to be. And I think a lot of people are going to get some very good information out of it. You just need to show up.
Awesome.
All right.
Talk about it.
All right.
Talk about it.
So I need everybody to register for the conference so that you can hear what the speakers have to talk about, because I think you'll be amazed with some of the things.
It's quite a wonderful array of information, from real estate to business development to even more to art and
mental health.
I mean, there's so much things happening, and I really think you guys will love it. And then talk to us a little about the keynote. I know that it was a long process to get to the keynote.
Yes.
So what do you think of our keynote?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited to hear this man speak. I had actually watched one of his videos where he was talking about critical race theory, and it made me think a lot about what that exactly entails, because I'd have to say I had a little bit of a little taste of it with my son a couple of years ago, and I'll tell you, I wasn't happy about it. I'm going to be honest. He had an assignment, and the assignment that he was given was just completely, inappropriate. And we had to make complaints. And I think that when it comes down to critical race theory, I think we need to focus on who is actually teaching our kids. And these people need to be really educated. And it just can't be someone with just a bachelor's degree that doesn't look like us, because we already have enough of that.
Yeah.
I think we need to have people that have master's degrees or doctorates that can go in there and actually teach our kids about critical race theory to where that no one feels beneath each other. Right. And so that's kind of where I stand with that.
Yeah. And Dr. Mark Lauren Hill, he had a very interesting way of breaking critical race theory down. And I think if you really listen to what he's saying, you get a different spin than what the media has. And that's the point. When we listen to the scholars and the people who actually study this, you get a very different take than the mainstream media.
Exactly.
And that's what we hope to impart, not just critical race theory, but we hope to impart that if you're listening to the scholars and the people who are doing the work,
Yes.
from our community leaders all the way to a national and international figure like Marco Hill, you will get the real essence and the true tools you need to make great decisions in life, to move forward, and to one day be a conference presenter.
That's right.
Other people in the
That's
community.
right. I'm very excited to hear him speak.
I'm very excited.
And you guys should too, because he's amazing.
And I want you to know, Kenita has advocated for y'all to have food all day.
Yeah.
Every time I turn around, what about we have snacks at this time? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, we need snacks. I mean, obviously.
Did I go overboard?
No, you did great.
All right,
You did an excellent job.
All right, cool.
So we're very happy to have you.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell the people before you leave?
Yeah, you guys, this year is for Juneteenth is going to be amazing. I'm very excited about everything that's going on. I'm really excited about the concert because if I can jump on that stage, I will take that mic from So For Real so quick. Shoot, I'll be the headliner. But
listen, we're gonna talk more
excited.
about the concert too. But just listen, So For Real is one of the acts. We have 5 different acts. We're gonna let Yanni talk more about that.
My bad.
We're gonna steal her thunder.
No, it's okay.
But listen, it's gonna be lit. And actually, Yanni and Kenita are going to be doing a community sing-along video series.
Yes.
So if you see them out in the street anywhere and they ask you to name your favorite So For Real or other artist song, please sing along. We're going to put it up on the site and encourage people to come. We have 1,000 tickets. We're already 40% down. Y'all gotta get y'all tickets.
Tickets.
Get your tickets. Guys, register.
Absolutely, register. Because folks, listen, Harrisburg, don't y'all wait till the day before.
Please don't.
And don't you blow up any of our phones, IDs, Facebook. I need a ticket. Where's? Oh, I put up the VIP tickets today.
Did you?
Okay.
We'll talk about that and go to hell because that's what I'm sending to hell today. All right. Will you stick around for our last presenter?
Of course.
I am so glad you're here.
Thanks, man.
And if I say if I say it one time, I say it a million times. If I say it a million times, I say it one time. You are one of the best things that's ever happened to YPOC.
Wow.
And we're very glad that you are with us.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Pretty
honesty,
Thanks, guys.
We will be right back with our dynamic duo who are going to tell us about the Black Performance Arts project that they're doing for Juneteenth. See you in a second.
Hair Crush Salon presents Hair Crush Hair, Beauty, and Fashion Expo on Sunday, June 11th, 2023 at the HMAC on 3rd Street. Registrations are now open for the following: vending, sponsorship, hair and fashion show registrations, and student competitions. Tickets are available online. The website is haircrushllc.com.
Oh, you can't hear me, huh? How about now? Oh, this your moment, ayy. Not right now. If you a hating nigga, please pipe down. Cause I don't know if it's we the beat, but this bitch too loud. I was down bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad cause the camera lights flash. I was down bad, I ain't had no cash. Now these hoes mad cause the camera lights flash. Bitch, I'm a boss. I only focus on comments and stress when I'm taking a loss. Round of applause. I see these hoes double back.
Well, we are back with our last, but most definitely not least guest. We have Mr. Dujuan Dixon and we have Frank Henley. Woo! So, gentlemen, I hear that you are planning a Black Performance Arts Mashup for Juneteenth. Wow. So, have you been on the show yet, Frank? This your first time?
I think Paul tells me it's not. But I'm thinking that it is.
As your featured guest.
As a featured guest, yes.
Okay, so it's your first time on the show. This is like your 85th time on the show.
Yeah, good numbers. Good numbers.
So I guess we like it, but I guess we'll keep it. That's fine. But you two are working together as co-chairs for this event.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what in the world is a Black Performance Arts Mashup, and why does it belong to Juneteenth?
Black Performance Arts Mashup is simply a expression of creativity. We want to express Juneteenth with creativity. So pretty much we're looking to focus on our central area and bringing the performances and mashing it up with all different type of performances from arts to music, to dance, to improv, so whatever we can bring to show the true talent that we have and like get some, have some excitement.
I mean, that sounds like a lot going on. So how long do y'all think it's gonna take that day?
That day.
And when is it?
It is going to be held June 14th from 7 p.m. to whatever. We think we would like to have, it's going to be at Narcisse Theater Company at 312 Chestnut Street, Harrisburg's first Black-owned theater space. We'll have two venues. We'll have an outdoor venue and an indoor venue. Of course, like the outdoor venue, of course, it's a really lovely place in Soma, south of Market in Harrisburg. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just really, really excited. And and the thing about Juneteenth and when it comes to performing arts, Dujuan and I were talking about this very early on. The thing that's great about Juneteenth, even though it dates back to the 1860s, this only been recently. This is the third year that we've been doing it here in Harrisburg. The great thing about it, though, it's literally about a small outpost of recalcitrant slave owners finally giving up the ghosts in West Texas. It's whatever we decide it's going to be. And when it comes to performing arts and the performance arts mashup, what we're trying to do is just show a kaleidoscope of all the different ways how African Americans, both in the past, present, and in the future, how we've taken specific art forms and how we made them our own, how we created genres and subgenres of all different types of art, performance arts, and more so. And on top of that, what we've done and made a very concerted effort is that we're going to showcase talent from Harrisburg and from this area, show that, and that's the whole point of, our connection as people as African Americans in Central Pennsylvania in Harrisburg with our rich African American history here and and our rich performing arts history worldwide, and try to mash those two together and give them out to the people.
I love that. So you're starting at 7. You're going to get till whenever. We could do that at the first Black-owned.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
They're gonna take us out like, oh my God, we gotta go home. We're not gonna do that.
Oh, no.
Right. So the other thing too is that we're having Black Performance Art Showcase there, but you are actually having your grand opening.
Yes, Narcisse Theater Company. Let me tell you a little about us. Narcisse Theater Company, established in 2016 as a BIPOC-led nonprofit multicultural theater company and arts education organization dedicated to uniting the arts community within Harrisburg and developing artists from without the mainstream from our very, very diverse city of Harrisburg. Part of our mission is that. First off, it's all about 3 words: diversity, inclusion, and access. Half of the shows that we do every season from our beginning, half of our shows that we're going to produce in the season are original works by local playwrights and performance artists. We never, ever, ever, ever charge more than $15 for a ticket. Every Sunday matinee is any old donation. With any size donation gets you a ticket, because we never want money to separate us and our audience. We never want money to come between us. So to that end, June 11th at 312 Chestnut Street, we're having our grand opening where we finally got a home of our own, and we're just really so thrilled. It's a free event. Check out our website at www.narcissetheater.org to register and get your ticket for the free event. We're going to have live music. We're going to have some performances, and you get to tour the space that we have, the indoor and the outdoor venue. And we're going to announce the revival section, our revival lineup. Those are the plays that we're reviving, not our original plays, but we'll be announcing that lineup for the season on June 11th.
Love that. So I'm going to keep it to Dujuan. So let's talk more about the showcase, the Black Performance Arts Mashup / Showcase. Who do you guys have lined up so far? Can you tell us?
should I keep it a secret?
I know. Like,
Can I speak? Please go
no,
ahead.
you can't speak yet.
Okay.
You gotta let him. You talk for 45 minutes. Go ahead.
I can tell you some of the things that we will have.
So he's gonna keep us in suspense.
Keep us a little bit in suspense.
Okay.
I can tell you we're gonna have a band.
Yes.
I can tell you we're definitely gonna have Black improv, which is something that's very rare.
Yes.
I know we're gonna have definitely some music. We're gonna have. I can say this because you already mentioned it.
Yeah.
Maria's hair story. They doing 20 minutes. So they're gonna have us.
I am so happy about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much, and like Frank said, we're gonna be outside and we're gonna be inside.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a lot to do. As everyone is saying, register.
We need you to register. Yeah.
Get signed up and come have some fun.
You guys already have like 30 people signed up. So
Right on.
Yeah.
we're not even
We like to do
coming up with host fest. Yes, we want at least 100 folks.
at least 100. We have space for 100, both indoors and out.
That's right. Yeah.
So absolutely.
That'd be amazing. And so, can folks still come and be a part of the festivities as far as like performing if they wanted to?
It's tight. It's very tight, but there is still opportunity.
All
So
right.
pretty much we're trying to lock in a few other people, seeing how it works out in the next week or less.
Yeah.
So if that's something, if you have an interest and you have talent, make sure if you have great talent, contact us, and we would love to see what you got going on. We would love to display it, and it could be whatever, any type of talent.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right. Any last implore or action to the audience that you want to tell folks?
I just got we have this one kid that's going to be performing. I just love him so much. His name is Isaiah Hasu. He is an amazing young man, all of 16 years old. He's just coming back from Omega Sci-Fi talent contest. He is this brilliant classical and jazz pianist, and he is a national science scholar. He is a brilliant young man. I'm so excited. He's going to be performing for us that evening, and we're talking about our different acts. Of all the people that we got, we have some amazing talent coming through, but there's no. My question is: the moment you come up with anything original, you let me know.
Yes.
And I'm just an amazing young man. You
just had to let the cat out, huh?
I can't. I love this guy so much. It's like, and I want everybody to know about him, so they come out and if anything, just to see this kid.
Yeah.
He's amazing young man.
Well, I can't wait. Can y'all come join us at that?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. I want to thank my guests here. We'll be right back with Last Laugh. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Y'all were amazing.
Are you looking to broaden your skills in digital media creation? Are you looking to be a part of a great team? Well, we need you. The Black NewsBeat will be trying to fill various positions to help make our show a great success. We'll be looking for tech assistants to help on set. We'll be looking for writers to help write the show every single episode. Also need digital media assistants. Absolutely need some live audience coordinator. We'd love to open up these opportunities to high school and college students. We'd love for you to intern with us and learn more about the business and get your feet wet with a great company at Open Stage. So if you're interested, please let us know. We'll be taking applications via email. You can email us at Kimeka@kimeka.org.
Yes. Well, we have come to the end of our show. You guys have been a fabulous audience. Just a couple things I want to do. First of all, the next show is June 7th. We hope you'll meet us back here. We'll have more good eats and good drinks for you. So come back. Invite a friend. We want to show the CIE that we appreciate this wonderful Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I think we've accomplished both tonight, where we were innovative, and we also talked about all the different ways we can be entrepreneurs in the city, in our own lives. So I hope you guys did. You guys enjoy the show? The guests were top notch, and I feel like Kenita had a special fire that I haven't seen before. You know what I mean? I just felt like I was like, well, we gotta get that, you know. Yes. So I want to send my allergies to hell. My nose has been stuffed up for 2.5 months. I'm sick of it. I've been trying to avoid a steroid, but I think I might have to do something because I literally cannot breathe at night. Girl, I done tried sea moss. I done tried. My mom said curcumin. Somebody said some black pepper, pepper sauce, all the other things. What else, honey?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
honey.
the local honey. The local honey.
Is that her alarm?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I will send the alarm to hell also. All right. So I just want to send the alarm to hell. I also would like to send Save America Again, the slogan for Trump 2024. Mm-hmm. Save it again. So if you saved it the first time, if you made it great, why the hell do you need to save it again? Anyway, we won't talk about that too long because we got some people here that might like it. And then the other thing I want to tell you about is visit JuneteenthHBG.org. All the events are up. So I released some VIP tickets, and my people were like, blowing up my phone. This is me all week. Oh, I want VIP tickets. Oh, it's only $10 for the concert. I want VIP tickets. We put out the VIP tickets. $75. You said you wanted VIP tickets. Did you not? Go get the VIP tickets. There's a very limited number. We only have 30 because we have sponsors and different people. So we only have 30 available. You can hit up one of our sponsors if you know them. I'm not going to tell you who because they're going to be mad at me. But if you have a job that is sponsored, we have a list of over 50 sponsors. Woo! So if you see the list, you know what the sponsors, hit them up, honey, because they are the ones with the VIP tickets. But we want to thank our sponsors for, this is the 3rd year in a row, our big sponsor will sponsor us. We have a bunch of first-time sponsors. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to PSECU, first-time sponsor, and a couple other big sponsors. Shout out to Black Equity Coalition, UPMC, Highmark for coming back for a 2nd year. Thank you to all of the YPOC board and the chairs who literally give us all their blood, sweat, and tears every year. So we thank you guys for that. We really want to do a great showing for Juneteenth HBG. I want you to invite everyone you know. That's how we get people to this. And we want to show people we are going to come to our stuff, the stuff that's for us, by us.
Right.
That's the point of the show. Because everybody says, what? Oh, there's nothing to do with Harrisburg. What? Listen, carry one of them cards off that table. I'm going to read the whole list down. Paul, card, quick, right there. I want to show you everything that's going on, but do it in 1 minute. Oh, look. Dujuan was faster. Sorry. Quick. We had our pre-Juneteenth events, but listen to what's coming up. On the 10th of June, we have the Juneteenth conference starting at 10 a.m. We have breakfast for you. All right, we have a full breakfast because, again, Kenita has organized all-day food. We have the plenary is at 10:30. We're going to spend a half an hour getting our sponsors, hearing from our Madam Speaker of the PA House. She is our honorary chair, so she's going to be talking to us as well. And then from 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we'll be having concurrent sessions. At 2 o'clock, we'll be having tours. Hack is going to give a tour of the facilities and other campuses. We'll have Thomas Johnson showing his film. We're going to have so much going on for Juneteenth. Then we're going to have a VIP reception with Mark Lamont Hill at 6 p.m. I am very excited about that. And then at 7 p.m., we're going to have the keynote. It's going to be an hour with question and answer. So please come out to that. And then after that, we're all going to run down and hang out with Thomas Johnson at his 43rd birthday party / comedy show at the Bridge. So all those things are happening. That's all on one day. It's a long day. So take a nap somewhere in there and then come back outside. All right. Juneteenth Interfaith Church services on June 11th at Greater Zion Missionary Baptist Church. Shout out to Pastor Trey DuPont. Topics Tuesday is going to be at Hurston Manor on June 13th, where we talk about topics surrounding Juneteenth and how y'all feel about it. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. We're going to have food and drinks for you there. Shout out to Maisha Webb, who is going to be our host for that event. Black Performance Arts Showcase is going to be June 14th. You heard all about that. Doors open at 6:30. Doors open at 6, shows at 7. Evolution, the revision of Black Art Expo, will have that chair on. Shout out to Jasmine, a.k.a. Jessica Rabbit. That is going to be at the Susquehanna Art Museum on the 15th of June. On the 17th of June, I skipped one. On the 16th of June, we're going to have Juneteenth at Sip and Soma, where we'll be having vendors, and a little wine tasting because we're fancy. And we're also going to be doing our Juneteenth business bingo, where throughout that week people will be getting more information and signatures from Juneteenth businesses that are showcased during Juneteenth, and we're going to be having prizes for people who do that. And then Saturday, UPMC Healthy Harrisburg Kickoff, 9 a.m. Soldiers Grove. The concert is Saturday night. Yanni, shout out to Yanni, who was our chair for that. She'll be telling you more about that next time. Juneteenth Jubilee is Sunday, June 18th at 12 p.m. And then on Juneteenth Day itself, we'll be doing a press conference on June 19th at the with the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus at the K. Leroy Urbis Building at 10:30 a.m. We want to celebrate what we accomplished during that week, and we want to send you off having a great time of rest that day. Come hang out with us for a little bit, and then go on about your business. Will you hang out with us?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a lot, but it's something for everyone, don't you say? We do have merch on the table. We'll take a little picture for the people who are not here to see. We have t-shirts, we have bags, we have other information that's on the table. Please help us support Juneteenth by purchasing a t-shirt, getting a bag, so that we can, we try to give we will give this year all of our chairs a stipend. We pay for all the different acts. We try to give our presenters something. So please help us support all those efforts by purchasing some merchandise. All right? Well, we have made it through the show. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. You have been a wonderful audience. Shout out to you. Thank you. And we will see you in 2 weeks right back here at the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at HU in Strawberry Square. See you soon. Good night.